What's up guys, how are you doing? So today I'm gonna show you guys where to get the best loot on Zero Dam. So as you guys saw in my last video, I'm above 75 million in stored assets. Most of the runs are actually solo runs. That's where I get my most profit, but that's also where I die the most. So solo runs usually have most profit, but then you die a lot. So first of all, if you want to make the most profit, get the most rares, the most rare loots, I think you should play normal. You can try the most minimum of packages just to meet the requirements, but play normal because the rares are actually boosted by probably about like 50%. It's like almost doubled for purples, and probably even 75% more, I think, when it comes to getting gold. It could be even more. But I'm telling you, it's crazy if you know where to loot. So first of all, it all depends on where you spawn. And some places actually don't have a ton of loot. By chance, you can get some loot from there. And that's one place I gotta say that where you spawn is actually Visitor Center. So right here on Visitor Center, there isn't a ton of loot. Obviously, there is a safe inside here. There's a safe inside here. There's a computer that spawns here. Safe spawns here also. There's a PC inside here also that you can get some loot on. Pretty random, to be honest. Pretty random. But I think that when it comes to getting a lot of loot, this area here is pretty much out of it. So let's move on. Forget about visitor center. Pretty much lame when it comes to loot, to be honest. So let's move on. So first of all, you want to check the nests, and there are certain nests where you actually will get a ton more stuff than actually the others. A ton more stuff than actually the others. Everything is random. I gotta say that first. Everything is random, but I think there is some odds when it comes to the randomness of the nests in certain areas, which makes sense though. But first off, I think that this nest right here gives you a ton of stuff. This right here gives you a ton of stuff. On normal, remember we're talking about normal. Easy is it's too hard to get rare loot. Normal, you can literally get your gears values worth pretty easy on normal if you stay alive and go to the right places. We have this nest right here, this one right here. We have those in admin. There's one here and there's one right here, but you gotta go in the edge where you can probably die to get it. Um, this one here gets some loot. This one here gets some rare loot also. Anywhere else? Everywhere else is pretty random when it comes to rare loot. So I'm not gonna count it as guaranteed loot in normal, but this areas here has a ton of loot, and this right here sometimes off and on you get rare loot also. So these birds nests right here are the ones that are gonna give you the most value from all my runs I've seen, and I do a lot of runs. I'm telling you, a day I play for over 8 hours a day sometimes because I work security night time, so I just play all day. Yeah, most times it's on your solo run because being able to share these loots with your teammates is pretty. It's pretty mad, to be honest, when you're sharing loot with your teammates, but you will die more. So the profit really is with playing by yourself, but if your teammates aren't smart and they don't see this video, they'll most likely go for the wrong things. So that's pretty good. If you want to play solo, just play Hackler. Hackler is probably the best because you can more sneak around. You can kill the bots without shooting a gun. You can literally do a zero to hero basically and just use Hackler to kill the bots, get their blue ammo, take their guns. Most times it's gonna probably be a MP5 or Uzi you're gonna get from the bots, but it's actually enough to do the work. Blue ammo is enough to do the work. So yeah, moving from the bird nest, let's move to now jackets. So the jackets that actually has the most value right now, they are not all up here, but there are some down here. So this right here tend to get a lot of electronics from it. I don't get keycards from this one, but I get electronics from it from purple to gold. Um, Obviously, in admin area, the jackets are really, real good. They give you a lot of keycards and stuff. So the admin area, check out the coats. As you can see, there are different coats. The orange one or the yellow ones don't seem to bring enough of that. They are different coats. I guess they are probably from workers, so that's why they don't like bring like the most resources. So these types of coats give you a lot more resources than the orange ones. Um, you get key cards. I think the way I get my most key cards is actually in here, right here, right here. I get the most of my key cards. To be honest, I get a lot of them. You probably seen the video where I got a lot of them. The fuel cell. Most of my resources that I got to build my total assets are from substation. Yeah, they're from substation. So there's a code there. It's not marked, but there is actually a code there also, and it has the potential to bring so much loot to you. I'm telling you, I got 2 key cards. I think yesterday. You guys probably saw it in my video. I well, I can't say yesterday because you might be watching this video like in the future. But in one of my last videos, I got two key cards, and they were worth a lot in the same coat actually. So let's move on to the laptops. So the laptop here, obviously, all the laptops are gonna bring you some type of resource, but mainly you'll get purples in it. I think that usually here the laptop inside here gives a lot of gold. It's pretty random, but the random is higher chance for giving gold here and in substation. I don't find this one over here in cement plant gives you a lot of res. I do get a lot of purples from it. Good purples is good purples, but it's just not the best purples. So when it comes to laptops, I get a lot of red CDs from here. Red CDs from here. They're not like worth like insanely a lot, but I get the memory cards, the memory sticks, the gold memory sticks. I get them from here, but I do get the red ones from here. They don't have animations also. Obviously, safes are gonna give you some of the best loot also, so we're not gonna talk about that. Safes are pretty random also, but if you see a safe, run to it. Yeah. Next, we have the weapon caches, and I think that cement plant is pretty good for that. Cement plant is pretty good for that. I think that I have been getting a lot of I mean red resources like the rocket ammo. I think I found 2 of them already in this weapon storage thing, the weapon cache that hides in the top. I think I never really got anything red from those at the admin area, but from cement plant, for sure, I have been getting it. Next up, we have the weapons case. So the weapon case, you will get a ton of weapons from it. Some of them are rare, some of them are like P90, Vector. All of these are money. So if you're coming in with 1 gun, you will be able to leave with 2 guns at least. And these are good guns. They are worth usually between 70, 80,000. Some of them have some kits on them, so they have a few attachments and stuff. Sometimes, not every time, but they do have some with a bunch of attachments on them. So here in Cement Plant, there are a couple of them which we always fight for at the top. And then we have here. These are the main place for getting them, and these are the places where they are actually pretty good. Sometimes you can get mostly the Vector I see in it, that's for sure. The Vector pops up a lot. And it's worth like 100K, I think. I got it and I sold it for like 120 something K. So yeah. Next up, we have the cargo container, which is the best place to find the loot. The best place right now to find loot in normal is actually the cargo container. So these right here, I run to them. These, oh my god, juicy. These, juicy. So basically, if we spawn here, we do this, we backtrack, and then we do this because the team usually just goes to admin, and admin has loot, but I'm telling you, it's crazier when you do this instead. It's crazier. It's crazier. So we have cement plant here, which has 2 of them in the same location, basically. one downstairs and one upstairs. If you get these, bro, most times you are just happy. This area is like very good for loot. This area is very good for cement plant is one of the most concentrated for loot in like basically the same area with minimum disadvantages because people don't really fight for a cement plant as much as they try to run to admin. But you will get a few fights here trying to get these. But these areas are going to bring you the most loot, I'm telling you. So these are the things you need to do to get the most loot. But what are we forgetting? We're forgetting one thing, aren't we? Now we don't have the icon on screen, but right here in Simon Plant has free trucks. There are free trucks, one at the back here, one at the back here, one below here. Free trucks. The cement trucks can bring you so much good loot. There are all kinds of loot inside there, all kinds of gold loot, rare loot. Mainly on normal, you will get a purple or a gold or sometimes even a red from the cement trucks. But you will get good loot. Sometimes it drops more than one of them. I got a couple of the lamps needed, military lamps. I got a couple of stuff from it. One thing I'm looking for right now is actually the blowtorch thingy, the purple blowtorch. That's the one that I'm looking for, and I just can't get it to complete my collectors. But these are gonna bring you the most loot. Basically, the cargo cache, the cargo container, and the cement trucks are where it's at, to be honest. Always check the cement trucks. Always check the cement trucks. There's one up there. Always check the cement trucks. There's one here also. There's a few of them around the map, but you can always check them to make sure that they got stuff in them. These are the locations where you'll get the best loot right now. Um, with the exception of this route itself, people will probably rush the cement and it's kind of like a death trap depending on how you see it. But here, everyone is like inside admin trying to loot up different things, and they forget that outside here has a ton of stuff on the containers. It's not as safe as you might think, but it is going to bring you a lot of value, and I'll show you the clips obviously for you to see that. One thing you might want to do last is buy keycards. Most likely, keycards are gonna give you the most value, but it's not gonna come cheap. You have to buy the keycards, buy gold keycards, and I'm gonna tell you which keycards are the best to buy. They're right there, substation keycard right here, best keycard to buy, I think. For the West Wing monitoring, I think these keycards are the best. These keycards are the best. Um, we have the West Wing monitoring, and then we have the East Wing manager's office, and we got the equipment collection room, and there is another little one over there. I can't remember its name. I think it's the is it the monitoring room? I think it's probably the monitoring room, anyways. But these key cards are actually real good to buy, and they give you some of the highest profits, for sure. When it comes to admin, I think the key cards at admin are pretty good. Obviously, the gold and the red ones, not the other ones. The infirmary ones is pretty trash, so I wouldn't waste my money on it. But this one gives you money for your pocket. Any other ones? Nope. I don't think any other ones are really worth it, to be honest. They don't have a lot of value in them. And obviously, you will be able to see why because they don't have a lot of stuff in them. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.